Today we're back on the Equinox. Slowly but surely, and don't call me Shirley, but slowly but surely we will get this done. So, I know it looks a lot of the same as the last episode we did for the Equinox, but yeah. The balance shaft on the right side, no, the left side of the engine, the gear for it also got worn down by the loose chain, the loose timing chain for the crankshaft and the camshafts. So I had a 2.2 tore down over in the other shop that had the same gear that's in good shape still. So I want to use that instead of buying new parts, but I can't find a timing mark on it anywhere. So I don't really know how to get that timed. So there's the tensioner that tensions the balance shaft chain, and it's an oil tensioner, so it works off of oil pressure, and it's clean, looks good. I don't mind reusing that, and the chain guides for the balance shaft really look good. There's really no reason not to reuse that stuff, except I can't find the timing mark. So I'm gonna have to go online, look up the timing schematics and stuff and see what kind of information I can get. So yeah, I would really like to get this car finished up so my daughter can be driving it, because her little Subaru that she's driving needs a transmission. It pops out of fourth gear real bad. Straight drive. I just bought a transmission for that yesterday, so that'll be another project to replace that transmission soon. Okay. All right, looks like I got the right information. There's a little notch right there. See if I got something to point to it. Here's a spark plug. Right in that zone right there, there's a little notch. That's our mark. Now we're going to have some fun. We got the new balance shaft sprocket mounted, and everything looks good up in there. So I guess I'm going to wrap the chain around there here in a second, but I'll do that and then show you after the chain's on. This video is not meant or intended to be an instructional video. It's just to show people what we're doing out here. So I got a few people like to see what I'm doing, and it's just cheap, free, clean entertainment, so not meant to be instructional. Okay, we have the chain properly installed now for the balance shafts. Again, I say this is not an instructive video, but you could use it to understand your balance shaft marks. This is the crankshaft, the balance chain gear that is at the end of the crankshaft has two marks on it. As you can see there, they line up to one of the black links on the chain. Up here, if you can see, that is the exhaust side of the balance shaft, or the exhaust gear, and it has a black link lined up to the arrow that is on that gear. So over here, on this side, it's hard to get the camera in here. You have two yellow links with a black link in between that correlates to the arrow on the intake side of the engine. So that is the intake balance shaft gear. The intake balance shaft gear arrow points up between those two yellow links. The exhaust side points down to a black link. Crankshaft, two marks to the black link. That's the water pump gear. It doesn't have to be timed. There's no timing to that. It just spins and pumps water. Okay, well, that was jolly fun, but we did it. Got the main chain on, two camshafts, exhaust and intake, timed to the crankshaft. Brand new chain, brand new valve guides, brand new tensioners, or for the main chain. I didn't put a new tensioner on the balancer chain. It should be fine. But it's finally all back in one piece and timed properly. Hopefully she'll run. But I don't know if she'll run tonight. I still got to put the valve cover back on. I did get the little solenoids on for the variable valve timing stuff. So I got those on. Got to put new oil in it. Got to put the timing cover back on. So still maybe a part 3 to all this. Okay, I got the valve cover on, timing cover, the engine mount, but then I had this little wiring harness right here messed up on the end, so that's going to keep me from cranking it tonight. I'll go to the junkyard tomorrow and get a wiring harness in to graft onto that, and then get the wheel back on it, get it sitting on the ground. Still got to put some Earl in it, 5 quarts of Earl. Get the air box put back on it, and hopefully she'll crank tomorrow and we can drive it. But I think that's all I'm going to do tonight. I've worked on this for the last probably 5 hours today, 6 hours. I have had enough. Okay, Z28. Things got a little hairy last night after we pulled all of that apart. We finally realized that the actual ignition switch was locked up, and it goes down in there on top of the column, the steering column. This rod right here coming from the ignition switch pushes it. So we got to put all that back together. But that's where we are on that. We won't have it back together tonight. Not after working on that Equinox all day. But I don't know. Maybe we'll plug the switch in at least and crank it without the key, possibly.